Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2017 general readings. And thank you so much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers who are with us for the first time. Thank you, as always, to those of you who continue to watch and listen and follow my YouTube channel, and for taking the time to write in your comments and to send all your lovely feedback and support. It is most welcome and greatly appreciated. And thank you as well to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings. You keep me quite busy with those, and I'm very grateful for that. And thank you as well to my regular clients for the consistent feedback you send in how our readings continue to play out in your lives, and for allowing me to be a part of those chapters as they unfold. And if anyone is interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the little About or Description button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information in detail, and also has my email address. You can feel free to email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do a variety of readings, love and romance and compatibility readings and charts, career, work, and finance, year overviews, and other personal readings anywhere from 15 minutes up to 90 minutes, live or recorded. And current turnaround time for personal readings is around 1 to 2 weeks, sometimes a little sooner. It just really depends on coordination. I do readings full time, 6 days a week, so I'm usually able to get back with you quite quickly and almost always set something up within 2 weeks. So if you're interested, send me an email and we'll go from there. Remember, these are general readings, as you probably are sick of hearing, but we have to preface these readings with that because they're general and there's thousands of you watching. So of course they're not going to mean the same things to the same degree or intensity for everyone that's watching. And that's exactly why we advise you to watch your rising and your moon sign videos as well, if you know them and if you can. They may play out a little more predictably for you than your primary sun sign. If this is your primary sun sign, it may or may not resonate for you, but your rising or your moon sign might. And just by watching all three, you get more pieces of the picture and insight in what's going on in your life during the time frame that the reading covers. So try to watch all three if you can. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot by artist Cyril Marchetti, drawing the customary 8 cards, even though we're really only looking at the next couple of weeks, with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck representing overall energy and advice. So let's move right into this reading. This is for Aries for March 2017 mid-month. Let us see what the remainder of March 2017 has in store for our Rams, the babies of the zodiac, Aries, the fire sign of Aries for March 2017 mid-month. You know, so far I'm about halfway through, and most of the signs have been pulling quite a lot of major arcana cards for the next couple of weeks. So let's see what yours shows, Aries. We begin with the Two of Cups, followed by the Six of Swords, Death or Transformation, followed by the Devil, the Eight of Cups, followed by the Lovers. Wow, you have the Two of Cups and the Lovers both. And the Seven of Cups, followed by the Magician. And from the bottom of the deck, representing overall energy and advice, is Judgment. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards. A lot of divine timing and orchestration for a lot of the signs over the next couple of weeks, including you, Aries. So strong energies of the divine timing and orchestration as well. I'm feeling this is primarily a relationship reading, soulmate, kindred spirit for a lot of you. And when I say soulmate, it doesn't necessarily mean in a romantic sense. Soulmates can come in all different shapes and forms, but somebody that you feel very connected with. There's a karmic element, a karmic thread connecting the two of you, and very much about divine timing and orchestration. You can apply this same energy to other situations. The Two of Cups and the Lovers, the energy is of a beautiful, well-matched union between two people, two entities. It could even represent the merging, a great merging of have two companies, the perfect job in more than just one way, a perfect blending where something fits with something else on a variety of different levels. But I'm feeling strongest first and foremost that this is a relationship reading for a lot of you. So we begin with the Two of Cups, followed by the Six of Swords. Cups is water energy. That's the element that governs the suit of cups. And this energy manifests in our emotional landscape. It's all about emotions, feelings, relationships, love, how we express ourselves and relate to people we are in relationship with. The Two of Cups is traditionally considered the soulmate card. It represents a beautiful union in more than just physical and chemical attraction for those for whom this would be a romantic union. Uh, this is about a meeting of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit. This is seeing life in a lot of the same ways, having a lot of connections with each other, just really blending together in a lot of ways. For soulmate connections, this is somebody that after a short time of meeting them, you probably feel like you know them very well, or you've known them for a long time, or perhaps that you've even known them from before due to that karmic thread connecting the two of you. A beautiful union, a beautiful match in a variety of ways, not always visible. Now, the Two of Cups is paired with the Six of Swords. So, swords is air energy, which is the element that governs swords. And it's not an emotionally driven suit, it's more cerebral, mental, intellectual energy. The suit of swords is about what goes on up here. Our ideas, our words, and how we communicate them. It's about truth and knowledge and clarity, belief systems, outlooks, perspectives, perceptions, how we think about what we think about things and how we communicate those. The Six of Swords is a card of healing. It's a card of moving away from a time which may have been troubled, turbulent, painful, challenging, or exhausting, even, and moving into a time in your life and energy that's more serene, quiet, peaceful, placid, healing. It's transitional energy, meaning that the worst is behind you, the choppy, wavy waters are behind you, and you're moving into a more peaceful and a healing, restorative place. You're not quite there yet, but you're definitely moving through that. It represents a healing phase and a moving away from chaos and turbulence. So it looks like for a lot of you, especially looking at the rest of these cards, I feel like there's very much a we feeling, you and your partner, and what the nature of that partnership is. This kind of kindred spirit soulmate feeling is going to vary from person to person. For some of you, it could be your mate, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. For others, it could be that sister or brother mate, that best friend, that kindred spirit. It feels like you've been through something which has really taken quite a bit out of you. And it feels like there's still some of the inner energy lingering. I feel like the worst of it is behind you, but you're still dealing with things as you're moving through it. But whatever it was that was so difficult for the two of you to deal with, you're moving through this. And it could be something that the two of you are facing against, or moving away from, that happened to both of you. It could be that you are helping your soulmate move through a difficult and challenging time, or vice versa, that your soulmate kindred spirit is helping you move away from or through a healing from a difficult, challenging time. We do have death and the devil, and sometimes it's not often literal, but it could be healing from a recent loss of some kind, or I mean, because you have so many major arcana cards and so few suits, and they're pretty, I mean, it's three cups and one sword card. So it's emotional in nature, some thoughts and ideas kind of caught up in this. It feels like it was emotionally challenging for you, for your soulmate, or for the two of you together. So what the incident actually is, or what it is that was very challenging, it's difficult to say. And because there's so many of you watching it to general reading, it could be anything. It could be loss in terms of death. It could be loss of a job. It could be uh, for a smaller portion of you, it could be a moving away from this connected relationship, but I'm not really feeling much of that Either you're helping your mate is helping you, or the two of you are moving through this, having gone through it together. But there's a sense of restoration and healing. You're not quite on the other side of it yet. It looks like you're still dealing with some of the emotional ramifications of it, but you are moving through it, and there is a sense of healing, and the water's kind of calming and a leveling out. Now, next to that, we have two major arcana cards. We have death, or transformation, as I prefer to call it, because the word death just makes people kind of seize up, paired with the devil. So death represents a significant ending, an ending, but a significant ending. It's major arcana card. So this is profound. It could be the closing out, a completion of a certain phase in your life that's been very significant. Uh, for some of you, it could represent an actual loss of someone in your life, but it represents the clearing away of ground so that something new can begin, because birth always follows death, beginnings always follow endings. It represents the complete clearing out, kind of ripping everything up, rototilling everything, and leaving the ground bare so that you can plant seeds and begin something new, grow something new. So a significant ending, and very transformative, and life changing potentially. Now, death is paired with the devil, which fundamentally represents imbalance, significant, profound imbalance, kind of up and down, the scales being way out of whack, too much attention and focus in one area to the detriment and exclusion of others. It can manifest itself in addictions, conventional addictions like drugs, alcohol, gambling, working, sex, shopping, etc., unhealthy relationships, too much power and control, neediness, obsessiveness, again, imbalance, the scales being out of whack, disharmony, very much an up and down energy. And paired with death, again, whatever it is that you guys are moving away from, or healing and moving through, very tumultuous energy, very up and down, and really almost kind of a sense of reeling from it for some of you. And I am getting the message, the story, that there are a group of you for whom it's either, I think some of you are helping your partner, your partner's helping you deal with a very difficult loss. For some of you, I feel like it's actually the loss of a person in your life, but something that's kind of turned you upside down. Again, it's gonna vary depending on who's watching, but still very much an up and down energy, even though the most challenging and difficult part of it is behind you. You're moving through, but again, these energies are still kind of up and down emotionally. You still may be kind of up and down, or your partner maybe, or both of you may be together, but you are moving through it. Positive healing energies here. You're moving away from whatever this is, and it's echoed again in the next combination of cards. It's almost kind of like spirit wants me to make sure to let you know the worst is over, and it is getting better. Even still, for some of you, whatever this is, it may feel like there's still up and down, some challenging phases. You're not entirely sure where you're going from here. It is getting better, and it's going to continue. So that message is very strong. So take hope and be heartened by that. Again, similar energy in the next combination of cards, with the Eight of Cups, followed by the Lovers. Here's another card similar to the Two of Cups. Stronger energy though, because it's major arcana, significant, profound energies. Very much a passionate union as well. It could be represent a soulmate, kindred spirit connection. On an emotional and spiritual level as well, but with passion and kind of a fiery energy taking precedence here over more, perhaps over more of an emotional, spiritual nature, but it could be all of those combined. Uh, there's something connecting the two of you. And it can also represent making a choice that's going to affect your primary relationship, or affect not just your life, but the lives of significant relationships that you're involved in. And in the early tarot decks, this was not called the Lovers; it was called the Choice, and it showed a man standing in front of two women. The implication being that a choice needed to be made that was going to significantly alter the course of more than one person's life in regards to a relationship. And I feel that's also indicated here, paired with the Eight of Cups. This is a card of walking away, of leaving something behind, which you are doing, which you have found to be disappointing, disillusioning. It's turned out to be different than what you thought it was going to be, or it's just run its course, it's served its purpose, and you're making the decision to turn away from it. These Eight Cups on the ground behind this man, some of them tipped over and spilled out, some of them standing up. The implication is that he's tasted and drunk from most, if not all, of these cups, and at the end of the day, he's still wanting. None of them, it's not his joy and fulfillment. So even though he may not be entirely certain which direction he's going in, the one decisive thing, the one assertive decision he's made is to walk away from this disappointment, this disillusionment, what's no longer working for him, to seek out his true joy and fulfillment. It's just a question of where he's going to go, but there's not a question of leaving it behind. You are leaving it behind, and I feel like for the two of you, for a lot of you, because there's a very much a we energy, it's about deciding which direction you're going to go in, and what you're going to do as you continue to move through this settling down, healing process, putting the pieces kind of back into place. For a smaller portion of you, it's leaving a relationship behind or working through the loss of a relationship. But I feel like that's a much smaller portion of you. It's about making the decisions on where you're going to go from here on out. Now, at or towards the end of March 2017, perhaps transitioning into a little bit of April, I feel this is an ongoing process anyway, as most healing processes are. We have the Seven of Cups followed by the Magician. So the Seven of Cups, this is considering what are the possibilities, what's the potential, what are your options. This can represent having a lot of different options in front of you. It can also represent fantasy, illusion, daydreaming, sometimes not being all that reality based. Seven of Cups, each of these seven cups is filled with something, and that something represents potential. Beautiful, almost impossibly, impossibly perfect potential. So the question is, which of these is reality based? Which of these is actually the right direction, the right cup for you to choose? So the advice that comes with the Seven of Cups is to kind of be very careful in weighing out how you're going to proceed from here on out. What path are you going to take? What decisions are you going to make, either separately or as a couple? And the advice is to be kind of thoughtful and measured and considerate in it. Weigh everything out carefully before you make any major decisions about how you're going to proceed, and where you're going to go in your lives together or separately from here. And try to be uh, there's an element of trying to be realistic here as well. Don't get too caught up into pursuing pipe dreams or things that are not possible or realistic for you at this time. But Spirit strongly wants you to know that you have everything that you need in order to build, create, and manifest the kind of path that you want moving forward, because that Seven of Cups is paired with the Magician, which is a card of it's a powerful independent card, which the Magician is a very powerful, independent minded, very intelligent, creative individual. He's worked long and hard at his craft in order to get to the place now where he has all the tools, the knowledge, the experience, and the wisdom to be able to create and build and manifest whatever he wants, because he's very good at what he does. He creates things for his audience, and he's very good at it because of the time that he's invested in it. It's the Magician is about the utilizing of your will, your determination, and your skills in an external way to create and manifest and build something in an external fashion. So you have the ability to basically make your path what you want it to be. Particularly if you're in any kind of self-doubt, this is an assurance that you have what it takes. But also there's still a bit of a cautionary advice here in being grounded about it. Be realistic and practical in the decisions you make moving forward. And make sure, because again, it feels like this was a very tumultuous experience, and your emotions may still be kind of up and down. There may still be things you that are undecided, you haven't figured out yet. Try not to make any spontaneous or impulsive decisions. Weigh everything out very carefully, the pros, the cons, before you set anything in motion that's going to significantly alter your life and the lives of the people around you. And that is also echoed in your crowning card from the bottom of the deck, judgment. Judgment is a call to action. It's a call to choose a path, to figure out where you're going to go, to make a decision. And this is a very important one. It's going to alter the course of your life from here on out. There's an air of finality to the judgment card too, which means that whatever path you choose, whatever decisions you make, whatever you set into motion, is going to have a lasting effect. It's going to set the stage in concrete for quite some time to come and be very difficult, if not impossible, to reverse. So make sure, even though it's time to choose a path, make sure that you think it out very carefully. Make sure it's what you really want before you proceed, you and your partner, for those of you for whom that resonates. So kind of contemplative. For those of you who've really been through a very tumultuous or difficult process, it's getting better. It's going to continue to get better. There is healing, restoration, and peace, even though it may feel sometimes like you're still very up and down. It looks like there's some very significant decisions that need to be made about your relationship, about a relationship, or how you're moving forward here on out. Don't be rash or spontaneous. Be reality based as much as possible. You have what it takes to create the kind of path, the kind of life that you want. Just make sure that you try and do all your homework and research, really consider, and perhaps ask for guidance and wisdom and clarity as well. So Aries, that pretty much wraps up your March 2017 mid-month reading. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you find it useful, that it's brought you a little bit of insight and food for thought in how to navigate over the next few weeks. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, please feel free to email me directly at Maggie, the number one McGuire at gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the April 2017 general readings. And until then, Aries, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.